Hailstorm. Hailstorm in the hailstorm. അല്ലടാ ഐസ് കെട്ടിയടാ.
Not so long ago, on the 17th of December, me and the boys took a trip to an island. An island with 3 rocky isles guarding the mouth of Galway Bay.
We found our place on the branch of an old gum tree. Our feet would sway.
We had to catch the 9 AM ferry from the Doolin port, 40 miles west of Galway where we stayed.
And birds would sing on the banks of a narrow stream. These memories will stay.
The ferry journey took about an hour to reach the island. At the port, we met a local tour guide named Noel who promised to show all around the island and bring us back before the evening ferry.
So all the homes now, they're all over the oil central heating, all the homes. This is our second primary school here now, so there are 3 of them on the island, 3 primary schools. We have one in the village, we have one here, and we have one at the end of the island. 3 primary schools.
Okay.
It was just the 4 of us in the bus, so we were more relaxed and close to Noel.
And then here at the side of it, then we have the Irish College. That's the Irish College now for the young students coming out from the mainland to learn the Gaelic, to learn the Irish language. So in the summertime now they take in about 120 students there for a 3-week course, and they would stay around here then with the local families. So you'd have 3-week courses here in summertime, and then you'd have another 8 or 9 days at mid-term break to try to learn a small bit of Gaelic.
Do the people speak the Gaelic here?
They do, yes.
Yeah.
It's the first language here in the homes and the pubs and that's what they'd be speaking.
Many a tear have to fall,
Our first stop was the Aran Sweater Market,
but it's all
the home of Irish Aran sweaters.
in the game.
There was a huge collection of traditional hand-knitted and hand-loomed sweaters and cardigans.
That we know as love.
The shop had 2 floors, but there was only one person to manage all of it.
And your future's looking thin, but these things.
That's the little village up there now on your left hand side there now. That's the little village where Liam O'Flaherty was born, the Irish writer. You might have heard tell of him, Liam O'Flaherty. He wrote a lot of short stories, Irish poems, and one of his books was called Informer, which they also made a movie out of it, Informer. Liam O'Flaherty was the writer's name, and Gortnagoppel is the name of the little village. Gortnagoppel, Liam O'Flaherty.
Noel was a lively soul. This was how he earned his daily bread. The pandemic has clearly impacted his livelihood, but the hope that things will return to normal kept him going.
the best of the land here now in the middle of the island. The best of the land was all owned by a landlord back in the old days. He'd over 360 acres of the best of the land. He had it. Big stone house up in front was his property as well. It's back on the island hands again now, but it's still all owned by one person. And this is one of our beaches here now in front. This beach here is called Kilmurvey Beach. This was the beach now that they used for the making of the film or the movie The Man of Aran. Man of Aran, it was made here in the 1930s by Robert O'Flaherty. He was an American director, so it was a documentary that he made about the life on the island at that time. This is the beach he used up on the cliffs in front where you're going to visit. And around the corner here we have the cottage. Man of Aran Cottage was they also built as well for the making of the movie back in the 1940s. We see the cottage in the second part of the tour, it's over on the far side. This is also as well what they call a blue flag beach, and the blue flag means it's European past, it's pollution free and it's safe to swim. A blue flag beach. That's the fort up on the top you're going to be able to see where the little door is. That's where you're going up to see Dunangus. 3,000 years old. Does any of you want to get out here and get a couple of pictures here at the beach?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe you want to go for a swim?
Nah, actually.
Now, take some pictures there if you like.
Thank you.
We had a long trek ahead of ourselves, so we thought of grabbing a bite to eat before we set out. It wasn't as if we were spoiled for choice. The Kilmurvey Cafe, the island's only restaurant and cafe, had a rustic and cozy feel to it. Noel was eager to take us to our next stop, but he was uncertain if we could witness what he wanted to show us. The weather and the tides needed to be in our favor, but to our luck, they were. The Seal Colony. As soon as I got too close, one by one they hobbled into the sea. Noel dropped us at the entrance to our final destination, the Dun Angus Fort. It's going to be a long walk ahead of us to reach the fort. The 3,000-year-old stone walls that sits at the edge of the cliffs, facing the wild Atlantic Ocean. Time had come for us to say goodbye to Noel and this beautiful island. As we hopped on the ferry back to the mainland, I could feel a small part of me was left behind on the island. Some places tend to do that. You will never fully leave once you visit them. Rachel Field, an old poet, once said, "Oh, you won't know why and you can't say how. Such change upon you came. But once you have slept on an island, you'll never be quite the same."